Have you ever noticed that you've come to enjoy your by myself time greater as you age? Maybe you don't sense the need to be around human beings as regularly, or perhaps you discover consolation in quiet moments rather than crowded social gatherings. Some would possibly assume this means you are turning into withdrawn. However, in reality, choosing to be alone in your later years is often a signal of exceptional information. Even as society tends to glorify being social and constantly connected, there's a deep experience of energy and information that comes with appreciating solitude. In this video, we'll discover 5 powerful motives why seniors who revel in being by themselves are relatively wise. From valuing peace to embracing lifelong mastering, every cause highlights how solitude in old age isn't always about loneliness. It's about personal increase, emotional strength, and residing life on your own terms. Live with me till the give end, because you may discover that your choice for solitude is truly one of the greatest benefits of growing old well. Now, permits get started. Number 1. You understand the price of peace. There comes a time in life when peace becomes more precious than noise, and for plenty of seniors, that point arrives in their later years. After decades of dealing with duties, handling conflicts, and navigating the ups and downs of lifestyles, you understand that peace isn't only a luxurious, it's a necessity. You have learned that unnecessary drama, consistent distractions, and shallow interactions do nothing but drain your strength. In preference to filling your days with obligations that do not serve you, you now pick high quality over quantity in relation to the way you spend some time and who you spend it with. Take 70-year antique Gerald as an example. In his younger years, he was constantly surrounded by people, co-employees, acquaintances, buddies. He felt a sense of obligation to be social, even when he failed to experience adore it. However, after retiring, he found out that many of those relationships had been built on dependence in place of an actual connection. He started announcing no to occasions that did not interest him, and instead targeted the easy joys of solitude, a quiet morning walk, analyzing a book, or just sitting alone with his mind. And what he discovered was awesome. He wasn't lonely at all. He changed. He was free. The capacity to include solitude manner you're cozy enough with yourself that you don't need consistent outside stimulation to experience fulfillment. Many people fear being by themselves due to the fact they don't know a way to sit down with their personal thoughts. But if you decide upon your very own organization, it's a sign of emotional electricity, independence, and expertise. As opposed to wasting energy seeking to maintain up with social duties that do not carry you joy, you protect your peace, something that many people never learn to do. People who do not recognize this might assume that playing time alone is similar to isolation, but there's a first-rate distinction. Isolation occurs when a person feels disconnected and longs for companionship they don't have. Solitude, however, is a desire. It's the choice to step far away from the useless noise of the sector and discover consolation in stillness. And when you attain a point in life where you honestly keep in mind that peace is more precious than needless socializing, you've unlocked one of the greatest gifts of growing old. Number 2, you have got a strong sense of self. As you age, one of the best signs of understanding is the potential to truly know yourself. When you have been younger, you could have spent time demanding about what others thought of you, seeking to match into social circles, or seeking approval from family, friends, or colleagues. But now, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to absolutely anyone. You've lived through enough experiences to understand who you are, what you need, and what you will and will not tolerate. And that type of self-awareness is a rare and powerful thing. Folks who battle with being by themselves often accomplish. That is due to the fact they haven't constructed a sturdy relationship with themselves. They depend upon others to fill the silence, to distract them from their own thoughts, or to present them with a sense of identity. But if you truly revel in your own company, it's because you've reached a degree of self-recognition and internal security that many people never acquire. Rather than looking outward for validation, you look inward and find contentment in simply being yourself. Remember 68-year-old Patricia? In her younger years, she was continually surrounded by friends, constantly planning outings, and ensuring she was always busy. But as time went on, she realized that a lot of her socializing was done out of habit rather than true fulfillment. After her retirement, she started embracing more alone time, going for solo walks, enjoying peaceful mornings with her coffee, and even traveling by herself. What she discovered was that she did not feel lonely at all. In fact, she felt more confident, more in tune with herself, and freer than ever before. When you know yourself well, you don't need outside validation to feel whole. You're comfortable with your own thoughts, your own company, and your own decisions. This stage of self-awareness allows you to make choices that align with what truly matters to you, rather than bending to societal expectations or pressure from others. You no longer waste time on activities or individuals who drain your energy because you understand that your time is too precious to spend on anything that doesn't bring you peace and fulfillment. Some may wonder why you choose solitude, but those who truly understand will see it for what it is, a sign of someone who has done the inner work, who has nothing to prove, and who finds joy in their own presence. And that is one of the greatest strengths someone can have. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. You pick quality over quantity in relationships. As you get older, one of the best realizations you come to is that not all relationships are worth maintaining. In your younger years, you may have spent time surrounded by friends, coworkers, or people who came and went from your life without much meaning. But now, you understand that what truly matters is not how many people are in your life. It's the quality of the relationships you maintain. Many people feel pressured to maintain social ties simply because they have known someone for a long time. But understanding teaches you that longevity doesn't always equal value. If a relationship doesn't bring mutual respect, support, or joy, then holding on to it out of obligation only drains your energy. That is why many seniors who prefer solitude aren't antisocial or lonely. They've simply outgrown shallow connections and prioritize deeper, more meaningful bonds. Take 72-year-old Frank, for example. He used to feel obligated to keep up with a large circle of friends, even if those friendships didn't add much value to his life. He would attend gatherings he didn't enjoy, have conversations that felt forced, and spend time with people who didn't truly understand or appreciate him. But as he got older, he started focusing on the few relationships that felt real, meaningful, and enriching. Instead of trying to please everyone, he now spends his time with the people who genuinely care about him. And the result? He feels lighter, more at peace, and more fulfilled than ever before. When you choose quality over quantity, you start valuing authenticity over appearances. You no longer feel the need to force friendships that do not serve you or engage in meaningless small talk just to pass the time. Instead, you invest in the relationships that bring real joy, understanding, and connection, whether that's family members, a few close friends, or even just the bond you built with yourself. Some might see your desire for solitude as distancing yourself from others. However, the reality is, you truly understand the difference between being surrounded by people and being genuinely connected to them. You don't need a full calendar of social events to feel validated because you've reached a stage in life where true connections matter more than social expectations. And that is a sign of deep wisdom. Number 4. You revel in lifelong learning, mastering, and personal growth. One of the biggest misconceptions about growing older is that personal growth slows down as you age. Creative hobbies tend to maintain sharper cognitive function and a greater sense of purpose in life. Take 74-year-old Eleanor, for example. After spending many years raising a family and working in a demanding career, she found herself with more free time than she had ever had before. Some people assumed she would fill that time by joining clubs or social groups. However, instead, she discovered the joy of solitary learning. She began reading books on history and philosophy, took up painting, and even started writing down memories from her life. Rather than feeling bored or lonely, she found a renewed sense of excitement and purpose in her alone time. The ability to enjoy lifelong learning isn't just about staying mentally sharp. It's about keeping your mind open, engaged, and enthusiastic about life. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that by a certain age, they have learned everything they need to know. But the wisest seniors understand that there is always something new to discover, whether it's a different perspective, a skill you've never tried, or a deeper understanding of yourself. Those who fear solitude often seek constant distraction. But those who embrace it understand that alone time is an opportunity, not a problem. Instead of wasting time on shallow interactions, you use your solitude to build knowledge, challenge yourself, and deepen your appreciation for life. And that is a sign of true wisdom. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell so that you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep growing, creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move ahead. Number 5. You are comfortable with your own thoughts and feelings. Many people go through life avoiding solitude because they do not want to be alone with their own thoughts. They keep themselves busy, fill their schedules with distractions, and surround themselves with noise, whatever it takes to avoid sitting in silence with themselves. However, those who embrace solitude in their later years have reached an extraordinary and effective stage of emotional maturity. They're comfortable with who they are, at peace with their past, and unafraid of their own inner world. When you can sit down alone without feeling restless or uncomfortable, it means you've developed a deep sense of self-acceptance. You no longer need outside stimulation to feel whole. You don't depend on others to define your happiness. Instead, you've learned to appreciate stillness, reflection, and the quiet moments that allow you to connect with yourself. This form of emotional independence is something that many people never attain, and it's a clear sign of wisdom. Take 69-year-old Walter, for example. In his younger years, he felt the need to constantly be around people, going to social events, keeping up with conversations, and always having something to do. However, as he got older, he realized that much of his need for socializing came from a fear of facing his own thoughts. Once he began embracing solitude, he discovered something unexpected. He truly loved his own company. He used quiet moments to reflect on his life, appreciate how far he'd come, and even process old emotions that he had once buried under busyness. And with that came a sense of peace he had never known before. Being comfortable in solitude doesn't mean you never enjoy socializing. It means you don't need constant interaction to feel complete. You've reached a point where you can sit in stillness without feeling lonely, where you can reflect on life without feeling regret, and where you can appreciate each moment for what it is. Instead of running from silence, you embrace it as a space for growth, gratitude, and understanding. Many people spend their whole lives avoiding this kind of deep self-reflection. But those who reach this level of comfort with themselves have truly mastered one of the most important lessons in life. When you can be alone and feel completely at peace, it means you've discovered something that no amount of socializing can replace: true inner contentment. Final thoughts. Choosing to spend more time alone in your later years is not a sign of loneliness. It's a sign of wisdom. It means you've reached a level of self-awareness and emotional strength that allows you to value peace, prioritize meaningful relationships, continue learning, and fully accept yourself. While some people may misunderstand your preference for solitude, you know that your alone time is not empty. It is filled with purpose, reflection, and personal growth. Not everyone reaches this stage of life with the same level of understanding. Some people still chase distractions, fearing silence and their own thoughts. But if you find joy in your own company, if you can sit alone and feel content, then you have unlocked one of the greatest gifts of aging, the ability to be truly at peace with yourself. What stood out to you the most? Which of these insights do you see in yourself? We'd love to hear from you. So leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.